It's ridiculous, isn't it? Look at the roof, and you would think there'd be holes everywhere, but thank God it doesn't actually leak. And so equipment wise, so my most essential piece of equipment is my pottery wheel. It's absolutely necessary for making pots. So a pottery wheel, a good wedging bench, which is this bit, which is where I roll the clay out. So you need a really good solid surface. Obviously the clay is the equipment, and then over in the corner over there is the kiln, which is absolutely essential for firing your pots. If we didn't have a kiln, which is basically like a big oven, but it goes up to 1250 degrees. I think I always wanted to become an artist, but I didn't believe in my teens that you could make a career or a life out of being an artist. So I think when I was around 17, I did A-level art and A-level history art and textiles, and I applied for art college then and just decided it wasn't worth it, and went travelling throughout my 20s. And then realised when I worked in a bank and kind of towards my late 20s that actually I was totally uninspired by what I did. And I went to an open day at a college in Jersey, and they had someone there for the art foundation, and I decided to just on a whim to just do it. And then I went back and I went to Falmouth and did a contemporary craft degree. And but I just think if you believe in what you want to do enough, then anything is possible. And you know, people that tell you can't make a career from art, it's just not true. It's a really difficult thing, isn't it? Because I know when I was going to go to art college, you know, even friends said to me like, oh, that's lovely and everything, but what are you going to do at the end of it? And unfortunately, it's a bit of a mindset, isn't it, in society that, and I think parents out of protection feel that unless you make a career choice, it's kind of no point. I think art is very personal, and some art evokes feeling and emotion within you, and some art doesn't. And I think that's completely fine. But I think the point of any creativity is to evoke some kind of feeling in people. This is one of the first teapots I ever made, and probably the most successful. I think the most difficult thing with teapots is you only find out when you're trying to make things is that it's really difficult to get things to fit together, like to get a lid to fit. Kind of the frustrations of ceramics quite often is when you do your kiln firing, things can warp or kind of move with the glaze, and quite often lids don't fit, which is really frustrating when you've put all that time and effort into making something. So when you get a teapot that works really well, it's, you know, such a blessing and really special. If I'd have not taken that plunge and really took that risk and been really brave, then I'd really regret it, because I really want my girls to understand that you should follow your dreams and you should do what you want to do. And I definitely think if you're good enough at whatever you do and you apply yourself properly, then you can achieve what you want to achieve.